Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with the nation. Nothing much to see here. Wiki, Tinubu's performance has shattered coalition gang-up. President marks June 12 with maiden State of Nation address. The many lives of June 12. Ibas accuses Rivers civil servants of concealing information. And Oshomali airline in airport row. Okay, which story are we taking?
June 12th. So the President marks June 12 with maiden State of Nation address. So the anniversary of the historic June 12, 1993 presidential election will be marked today, they say, in a special way. As we know, this day, Now Democracy Day, will witness the maiden State of the Nation address to Nigerians through their federal lawmakers. President Bola Tinubu will stand before a joint session of the Senate and House of Representatives to speak on how the polity is faring. As we remember, the business mogul chief, Moshood Abiola, won the election, widely acknowledged to be free and fair, but it was annulled by the then military government of General Ibrahim Babangida. A year after having struggled to get his mandate, Chief Abiola declared himself president in Lagos. He was arrested, detained, put on trial for treason, and died in custody July 7, 1998. And then, as we know, President Buhari declared Abiola president posthumously on account of his victory, which was denied, and awarded him again posthumously the highest national award of Grand Commander of the Federal Republic, GCFR, and also declared June 12 as Democracy Day to replace May 29. So because of this, today there's a special joint sitting scheduled to hold at the House of Representatives Chamber National Assembly Complex. This proceedings will start at 11 a.m. and before the arrival of the president at 12 noon. And the theme for this year's celebration is 26 years of democracy, renewing our commitment to national development. The president is expected to attend the occasion as a special guest of honor, and he will deliver a presidential address to the joint sitting. And finally, they say that the joint sitting represents a significant moment in Nigeria's democratic journey. It underscores the pivotal role of National Assembly in safeguarding democratic values, fostering accountability, and advancing national development over the past 26 years of uninterrupted civil rule. Yeah.
Okay,
so it's important to just give that history and background, I thought.
Okay, so I have the story of Tinubu's performance has shattered coalition gang up. They said, Wiki said yesterday that Tinubu's performance has dismantled the gang up by opposition politicians to form a coalition against him. They said he said this when the president went to inaugurate the completed stretch of Shehu Shagari Way, linking the Nnamdi Azikiwe Expressway to Wole Soyinka Way through Katampe and adjoining districts. They said that the president emphasized that his administration will continue to prioritize service delivery and national development over political grandstanding. The president said, and I quote, "We will continue to build, we will continue to serve the people, no matter how much the naysayers pursue their politics. We did not ignore this project. We did not worry about protest. The government has played its part." He said this project represents more than a stretch, and it affirms our commitment to urban transformation under our renewed hope agenda. So he praised Wike's leadership. He said, and I quote, "I commend Wike and his team. He could not achieve this alone without collaboration as a team builder and a team player. You have proved that teamship is the hallmark of good leadership." That's what he said to Wike.
Okay, so I took the Adams Oshemole's story. At the airport, a row broke out between at the Murtala Mohammed Airport terminal, the local.
Is it Abuja?
Lagos. They had he says his own story is he got to the airport at 6:05 and he tried to board and they stopped him from boarding. They said
checking us.
The gate was closed.
Okay.
Said no, but he checked in online. Said the gate closed at 6 a.m. So he said then they went inside, then they recognized him. He said when they recognized him, they now started saying, "Well, let me sort you out." He said, No. He doesn't want anybody to sort him out. That he's fighting for everybody because they were doing it to everybody. That someone who had bought a ticket of 146,000, they told her to pay an additional 109,000. in fact, he said he ended up giving the lady 500K.
What?
You know, so but then Epis have their own story. Epis says he came late. He came between 6:10. He came about 6:10, according to Epis, and the gate had closed. And then he started to make noise, and he blocked the gate. He blocked the entrance to the terminal, and so other passengers couldn't get on the flight. But he is denying that. So it's a story.
His words against theirs. His words against theirs.
Yes, but they should have CCTV camera, because I went online to look. I saw where he was standing on the luggage, where the luggage. I saw him standing on that, and I saw him at the gates of the terminal. So in between there somewhere, the truth is there.
Yes.
So it's for us to find out, and it's for the minister to investigate and prosecute.
Get to the bottom of it. Still on June 12th, there's an article here by Mr. Olatunji Dare, which I think is really interesting. He wrote an article in honor of some of the key figures of June 12th. He referenced the military president Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, who was compelled by circumstances beyond his control to stage the presidential election at the time. He also made reference to Ernest Shonekan, head of the misbegotten interim national government, according to him, that was charged with supervising the poll. I also talked about people like Clement Apamago, who officially was the Attorney General and Secretary of Justice, but in fact the regime's forensic card shaper and election was a crime, and anyone who invoked it stood charged with treason. So many other people, Sani Abacha and Gani Fawemi, of course, amongst many others. So he just wrote an article, which I thought was quite interesting, just like a reflection on June 12, the key figures that played a role in June 12, and see how we continue to honor them and the roles they played to birth our democracy that we enjoy today. Moving on now to the point very quickly. Democracy Day tension. Protesters mobilize as Tinubu addresses National Assembly. Picture story here, 6 vehicles burnt. Traffic paralyzed in Lagos about a tanker explosion. Amechi slams Tinubu's policies in fresh outburst. Floods ravaged 180,000 farms across 30 states. Air rage, Shomole Air Peace in Fury shut down. June 12, Nigeria Cyber Crimes Act threatens free speech and investment, says US and UK envoys. 3 decades after Abiola has Nigeria betrayed June 12. And blackout alerts, FG commences crucial grid servicing. Okay, let's take one story for the break.
Okay, blackout alert. They say electricity consumers may encounter blackout across the country as the federal government intensifies efforts to stabilize national grid through planned outages. The managing director of the Nigerian Independent Systems Operator, Abdul Mohammed, said that the ongoing blackout in Borno, Taraba, Adamawa, and Yobe states was part of a broader nationwide maintenance project that would affect other regions in due course. The explanation he gave is that the Transmission Company of Nigeria commenced construction of a turn-in, turn-out along the 330 kV Jos Bauchi Gombe transmission line to connect the new Bauchi 330 kV transmission substation to the grid. The outage in the northeastern states is a planned one for infrastructure improvement by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, and a planned outage to improve services that would be provided for these states, especially Borno, Taraba, Adamawa, and Yobe. That axis has been witnessing a little bit of poor supply over the period. However, the TCN has been working to improve supply, and that we will have the outage from Tuesday to Saturday, and this will enable TCN to complete the project, and there will be improved supply within that axis. It has become very necessary to have this project executed at this particular time to make sure that the power supply within that axis is drastically improved. It doesn't say much beyond about the outage for the rest of the regions. It just says that we would also, other regions will experience such. I don't know if it means for those of us here in Lagos or just basically the north and the states that he's mentioned. All
right, let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.